Feel, verb. Be aware of a person or object through touching or being touched. Be aware of something happening through physical sensation. Examine or search by touch. Be capable of sensation. Give a sensation of a particular physical quality when touched. Investigate something cautiously. Fondle someone for one's own sexual stimulation. Experience an emotion or sensation. Consider oneself to be in a particular state or exhibiting particular qualities. Have the strength and energy to do or deal with. Be healthy and well. Be emotionally affected by. Have compassion for. Have a belief or impression, especially without an identifiable reason. Hold an opinion. Noun. An act of touching something to examine it. A sense of touch. A sensation given by an object or material when touched. The impression given by something. Feelings of heightened emotion. Fellow, noun. A man or boy. A boyfriend or lover. A person in the same position, involved in the same activity or otherwise associated with another. A thing of the same kind or otherwise. A thing of the same kind as or otherwise associated with another. A member of a learned society. An incorporated senior member of a college. A student or graduate receiving a fellowship for a period of research. A member of the governing body in some universities. Adjective. Sharing a particular activity, quality, or condition with someone or something. Fence, noun. A barrier, railing, or other upright structure, typically of wood or wire, enclosing an area of ground to mark a boundary, control access, or prevent escape. A large upright obstacle used in equestrian jumping events. A guard or guide on a plane, saw, or other tool. A person who deals in stolen goods. Verb. Surround or protect with a fence. Enclose or separate with a fence for protection or to prevent escape. Use a barrier to exclude someone or something. Deal in stolen goods. Fight with swords, especially as a sport. Conduct a discussion or argument in such a way as to avoid the direct mention of something. Fire, noun. Combustion or burning in which substances combine chemically with oxygen from the air and typically give out bright light, heat, and smoke. A destructive burning of something. A collection of fuel, especially wood or coal, burned in a controlled way to provide heat or a means for cooking. One of the four elements in ancient and medieval philosophy and in astrology. A burning sensation in the body. Fervent or passionate emotion or enthusiasm. Lumosity, glow. The shooting of projectiles from weapons, especially bullets from guns. Strong criticism or antagonism. Verb. Discharge a gun or other weapon in order to explosively propel a bullet or projectile. Discharge a gun or other weapon. Of a gun, be discharged. Of a nerve or muscle cell, generate an impulse or contraction Direct questions or statements, especially unwelcome ones, towards someone in rapid succession. Send a message aggressively, especially as one of a series. Dismiss an employee from a job. Supply a furnace, engine, boiler, or power station with fuel. Of an internal combustion engine or cylinder in one. Undergo ignition of its fuel when started. Start an engine or other device. Set fire to. Stimulate or excite the imagination or an emotion. Fill someone with enthusiasm. Show sudden anger. Bake or dry pottery, bricks, etc. in a kiln. Fish. Noun. A limbless, cold-blooded vertebrate animal with gills and fins and living wholly in water. The flesh of fish as food. The zodiacal sign or constellation Pisces. Used in names of invertebrate animals living wholly in water. A person who is strange in a specified way. A torpedo. Verb. Catch or try to catch fish, typically by using a net or hook and line. Catch or try to catch fish in a particular body of water. Search, typically by groping or feeling for something concealed. Try subtly or deviously to elicit a response or some information from someone. Pull or take something out of water or a container. Noun. A flat plate of metal, wood, or another material that is fixed on a beam or across a joint in order to give additional strength, especially on a ship's damaged mast or spar as a temporary repair. Verb. Mend or strengthen. A beam, joint, mast, etc. with a fish. Join rails in a railroad track with a fish plate. Follow. Verb. Go or come after a person or thing proceeding ahead. Move or travel behind. Go after someone in order to observe or monitor. Strive after, aim at. Go along a route or path. Of a route or path, go in the same direction as or parallel to another. Keep track of, trace the movement or direction of. Come after in time or order. Happen after something else as a consequence. Be a logical consequence of something. Of a person, do something after something else. Have a dish or course after another or others in a meal. Act according to an instruction or precept. Conform to. Act according to the lead or example of someone. Treat as a teacher or guide. Pay close attention to something. Maintain awareness of the current state or progress of events in a particular sphere or account. Of a person or account, be concerned with the development of something. Track. A person, group, or organization by subscribing to their account on a social media website or application. Understand the meaning or tendency of a speaker or argument. Practice a trade or profession. Undertake or carry out a course of action or study. Front. Noun. The side or part of an object that presents itself to view or that is normally seen or used first. The most forward part of something. The position directly ahead of someone or something. The most forward position or place. The forward-facing part of a person's body on the opposite side to their back. The part of a garment covering a person's front. A woman's bust or cleavage. Any face of a building, especially that of the main entrance. Short for seafront or waterfront. The foremost line or part of an armed force. The furthest position that an army has reached, and where the army is or may be engaged. The direction towards which a line of troops face when formed. A particular formation of troops for battle. A particular situation or sphere of operation. An organized political group. The forward edge of an advancing mass of air. An appearance or form of behavior assumed by a person to conceal their genuine feelings. A person or organization serving as a cover for subversive or illegal activities. A well-known or prestigious person who acts as a representative rather than an active member of an organization. Boldness and confidence of manner. A person's face or forehead. Adjective. Of or at the front. A vowel sound formed by raising the tongue, excluding the blade and tip toward the hard palate. Verb. Of a building or piece of land, have the front facing or directed toward. Be or stand in front of. Provide something with a front or facing of a particular type or material. Lead or be the most prominent member in an organization, activity, or group of musicians. Present or host a television or radio program. Act as a front or cover for someone or something acting illegally or wishing to conceal something. Adopt a particular expression or form of behavior to conceal one's genuine feelings. Stand face to face with, confront. Articulate a vowel sound with the tongue further forward. Place a sentence element at the beginning of the sentence instead of in its usual position, typically for emphasis or as a feature of some dialects. Exclamation. Used to summon someone to the front or to command them to assume a forward-facing position, as in calling a bellhop to the front desk or giving orders to troops on parade. Full. Adjective. Containing or holding as much or as many as possible, having no empty space. Having eaten or drunk to one's limit or satisfaction. Containing or holding much or many, having a large amount. Having a large number of. Having a lot of a particular quality. Completely engrossed with, unable to stop talking or thinking about. Filled with intense emotion. Involving a lot of activities. Not lacking or omitting anything. Complete. Often used for emphasis, reaching the utmost limit, maximum. Having all the privileges and status attached to a particular position. Of a report or account containing as much detail or information as possible. Used to emphasize an amount or quantity. Of a covering material in bookbinding. Used for the entire cover. Of a person or part of their body, plump or rounded. Of the hair having body. Of a garment made using much material arranged in folds or gathers, or generously cut so as to fit loosely. Of a sound, strong and resonant. Of a flavor or color rich or intense. Adverb, straight, directly, very, entirely, used to emphasize an amount or quantity. Noun, the period, point, or state of the greatest fullness or strength, the head of a period of time, the state or time of full moon, the whole. Verb, Make something full. Fill up. Gather or pleat fabric so as to make a garment full. Of the moon or tide become full. Clean, shrink, and felt cloth by heat, pressure, and moisture. Fun, noun. Enjoyment, amusement, or light-hearted pleasure. A source of fun. Playful behavior or good humor. Behavior or an activity that is intended purely for amusement and should not be interpreted as having serious or malicious purposes. Of a place or event, providing entertainment or leisure activities for children. Adjective. Amusing, entertaining, or enjoyable. Verb. Joke or tease. Furniture. Noun. Large movable equipment such as tables and chairs used to make a house, office, or other space suitable for living or working. A small accessory or fitting for a particular use or piece of equipment. The mounting of a rifle. Pieces of wood or metal placed around or between metal type to make blank spaces and fasten the type in the chase.